So this is something I didn't really thought I would do because I don't really get up to the camera, do this kind of content, but I thought would be interesting was to sort of go over the upcoming Game Award nominees and to give my little thoughts and opinions of what I think would win, what the nominees are going to pick, and why I think a certain game should win a specific category and what should ultimately win Game of the Year. And I honestly think this would be a little bit interesting thing. Get my opinions out there, start a little bit of discussion, have people yell at me for my decisions, whatever, all that sort of stuff. But also to show what my tastes are and what I think are good games, because I do love to dabble into game design and other sort of stuff. So I thought this would be a little bit interesting thing to sort of, just do something. 2019 nominees, here we go. I'm gonna come back to this since this is a beast on its own. First category, action game, for the best game in the action genre, focused primarily on combat. So going by these metrics, I'm going to go by each description that they give, not my own description, what I think would define an action game or anything else, what they describe it, which is going to be a little bit different. We got Apex Legends, great combat, Astral Chain, pretty good, Call of Duty, if this was a better, more functional game, they released a little bit more content, a little bit more things to do, I would probably vote this one, but no, it's broken, still broken, a lot of problems, get it out of here. Doesn't deserve to be on here. Great potential, doesn't deserve. Devil May Cry 5, amazing action. Gears 5, pretty good. Metro Exodus, some great combat, but I would describe it more as an open world survival, sort of RPG a bit. It's less action-oriented and more exploration and survival-oriented, so I'd probably kick that out of there, even though I consider Metro Exodus a pretty good game. So, out of all these, I would think Devil May Cry 5, Gears 2, or Astral Chain. Since, this uses Titanfall's mechanics, I wouldn't consider that. Out of all these, I would probably have to say Devil May Cry 5, simply because the entirety of the game revolves around the act of doing combat. It focuses more on different types of weapons to do different kind of stylish combos, different sort of movesets, a bunch of different stuff that you can do. It's centered entirely around combat. Even the music is more tailored towards combat. So I think, as far as feeling this description, Devil May Cry 5 definitely deserves that award. What the fuck is this? Okay. Action adventure game, for the best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. So I think out of all, going by the description, Borderlands 3 doesn't kind of fit that. I don't think would do that. Control, a little bit. Death Stranding, kinda. Resident Evil 2, definitely. Legend of Zelda, these three games definitely fit that category. These three, not as much. A little bit, but not as much. Resident Evil 2, Link's Awakening, Sekiro, I would probably say this for different games, like Breath of the Wild definitely would have gotten this, but I don't know about it's combining both combat with traversal and puzzle solving. Like, it has neat combat, but as far as puzzle solving and exploring the actual world, it's not that interesting. Resident Evil 2 definitely fits this, and Sekiro definitely fits this. Like, maybe but not that much. Sekiro does a little bit of things interesting because it has a great sort of spin on the Dark Souls formula. A lot of great use of the grappling hook. It's really nice. It focuses on traversing and using the environment to gain up on your enemies. But I would say Resident Evil 2 is a bit better because the combat, it's combat focused in both the survival aspect and making decisions in the middle of combat. It's got some really unique puzzles, a bunch of interesting stuff, but it's also about a lot of environmental storytelling, traversing and sort of making paths throughout each different environment as you're trying to sort of do both puzzle solving, trying to get to the next area. You have to plan ahead your sort of routes you take around the levels, and I think that best describes what this sort of category is. Art direction, for outstanding creative and technical achievement in artistic design and animation. So we're looking for something that's creative, that's artistic, has like good design, good animation work, but something that is both creative and technically innovative. Control, a little bit, not that much. Death Stranding, definitely. Grease, incredibly. I have not played this, I've seen clips of it, interesting. Sekiro, kinda. A little bit. I have a bit of an issue with Link's Awakening's direction, so I don't know about that. Sekiro, I want to say out of all these between Death Stranding and Grease. Death Stranding has really detailed art, a lot of good direction, amazing models and animation work with it, especially with the facial design and the acting. It really goes well. But all of these together, I think I would be fine if Death Stranding wins, but I would say Grease. It's really good artistically. It looks amazing. It does a bunch of different, a lot of different effects and stuff. It uses its aesthetic to sort of do a little bit of visual storytelling. It's a lot more going on, and it's really, really a beautiful game. I would really recommend you play it. If you don't like it, just go out and look at videos of it. It's a fantastically good looking game. Audio design, recognizing the best in game audio and sound design. Dude. Okay, what exactly is it? Okay, in-game audio and sound design. These are both two same things. The sound design makes up your in-game audio. That's badly explained. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Control, Death Stranding, Gears 5. All of these got good audio work. I don't know, Death Stranding, Gears 5. I don't know about that. Take that out. Resident Evil 2, I have a bit of issues with the sound design, so I take that out. Control, maybe. Sekiro. I would honestly say, personally, Modern Warfare has the kind of audio design I would look for. But out of these ones, I would say Sekiro gets it just because of the unique sounds you hear and a bunch of the clinking and stuff. There's a lot of different recorded foley, especially for your swords and stuff and your weapons. There's a lot of variety and really well detailed and just high quality sounds they do. And the sound mixing's pretty good too. Community support, recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness. Apex Legends, Respawn keeps in with their community, they keep in contact, but they do not respond well. There's not enough support and updates for Apex Legends, so I can't give it to that. Destiny 2 has been nothing but up. Bungie has really turned around with their community and support and having a lot of content with each new update. I have not played Final Fantasy XIV, but I heard it has a lot of good stuff revolving its community. Fortnite, I think this one's gonna win, but I would not vote for it simply because they make a bunch of changes and stuff that's more to the detrimental of the game. It's why I fell apart, and some of their community interactions are either positive or really negative. Tom Clancy sort of it's neat, it's good, but not outstanding, so I'll probably give it to Destiny 2 since that's the only one I've played. Fortnite's probably gonna win, but Destiny 2, I'd probably pick that. Content Creator of the Year, I have no idea who all of these are. I would not vote for any of them. Probably only Shroud, since he's the only one I know. If I were to pick someone, I would probably pick Niggy Jakey. Don't know why he's not here. Esports Coach, don't know. Esports Event, don't know. Esports Game of the Year, not Overwatch. That's the only one I play. Counter-Strike. Oh, I don't know. God, what's all this esports stuff? Jesus. You could take some of these out, honestly. Family Game for the best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. I've only played these two. Does Super Mario Maker co-op? Okay, this is something you would play with both your members of your family, sort of like co-op. I would see this more for co-op games that are like more fun, interactive, and colorful. And if Luigi's Mansion 3 has co-op, I would say that wins out of all of this. But if not, I would say Ring or Super Mario Maker. Definitely not Smash. That's more of a kinda. If everyone's around the same age, but not a family, since this will get a lot of people mad. Not a family game, I would say. Fighting Game for the best game design, primarily around head-to-hand combat. No. Haven't played. Only game. This one is my vote, but the only thing that's gonna win immensely by just popular vote. I don't know why they would do that. I haven't been voting, have I? Oh my fucking god, I'm retarded. Oh, but yeah, Smash Ultimate, that's just gonna win landslide. Fresh indie game presented by Subway. I want some Subway now. Alright, recognizing a new independent studio that released its first game in 2019. Disco Elysium, great game. Grease, amazing game. My Friend Pedro, great game. Outer Wilds, I want to play that. Haven't played this one. This one is gonna win already. The internet is completely bananas over Untitled Goose Game, so that would probably be my vote too, since I love Greece. I love my friend Pedro, but I think this one's more impressive for, like, I think it's a two-man team who made this, so I think that's pretty impressive. Game Direction, award for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Control, not so much. Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, ooh. I'm gonna say between Resident Evil 2 or Death Stranding, so I want to say Resident Evil 2, since the team sort of took the design, the layout, and formula for Resident Evil 2 and sort of twisted it around a bit to their own unique thing, but they're still based on a foundation that's already established, and Death Stranding is just completely new, and it's following a clear direction that Kojima has placed for himself. He's an auteur director who just has this fixation on the direction and sort of design and style that he wants to go for, so I think Death Stranding, is for game direction, would win. It is clearly Kojima's vision and has a lot of unique stuff in it. It's a bit innovative, I guess. Games for impact, for thought-provoking game with pro-social meaning on message. Concrete Genie, I want to play that. Grease, King, kind words. Life is Strange, did not want that to win. Sea of Solitude, I want to play that one. The only game I've played is Grease, so I guess that one. If you haven't played it, like I said before, play it. Beautiful game, beautiful message. Independent game for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game outside the traditional publishing system, because we can't trust AAA games to actually deliver on good, functional games. I haven't played this one. Played it. I've heard things about it. I heard Suda51's behind it, who makes a lot of games I like. Outer Wilds and Untitled Goose Game. Goose Game's gonna win again. Just saying that right now, Goose Game. I'll probably vote for that too. Maybe Disco Elysium. I wouldn't mind that one. Mobile game for best player. Immediately. This game is fine, but it's so buggy and predatory that I do not want it to win. It's probably going to win since that's everyone's playing right now, but I do not want it to win. Not at all. Grindstone. I haven't played it, but it looks interesting, I guess. Sayonara Wild Hearts, haven't played. It looks interesting. I haven't played any of these. Fuck. I haven't been playing that many mobile games. There's such a lot of good, console PC games as of late. I guess since the one I think that's most interesting out of all these, Wild Hearts, that's the most interesting for me. I've heard good things about What the Golf. Maybe Grindstone. Maybe. I don't know. Multiplayer game for outstanding. I forgot to vote. God, I'm done. Multiplayer game for outstanding online multiplayer game and design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game. Apex Legends. Apex Legends, Borderlands 3, Modern Warfare, Tetris 99, Division. I would not give it to Borderlands 3. I heard that's have a bit of a bugs and crashes and stuff. Tetris 99, interesting. Call of Duty, no. Again, no. If everything worked properly, everything was a bit more tuned and ironed out, bit of a delay if it was released later, I would say this would be my vote. But no, it doesn't deserve it in the state it's in. Doesn't deserve it. Tetris 99 is interesting. Have not played this. I wouldn't know. So the Apex. So I'm going to have to give it to Apex. Apex, I think, is the strongest Battle Royale game so far. So that's what I think so far. Narrative. Call of Duty's probably going to win. Or Division. I don't know. Call of Duty's probably going to win. I really hope it doesn't. Narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. Oh my god. Oh no. Welcome to my review on Plague Tale: Innocence. The story is very good. The characters are very
which comprises of walking in a straight line from objective to objective and throwing stones and throwing fire is very good. The part where a mysterious and creepy main villain kills someone that you like that you knew for nearly a few minutes, thrusting you to escape through a dark and alien forest, only to escape your captors by jumping off of a cliff and into a river, was very Far Cry.
I said, get the fuck out of here, you chicken fuck!
Yeah, I hope to God this one does not win at all. The only reason I would say people are probably going to say it is, and people say it's a great story, I think it's meh, is because it's a quote-unquote sad game, and sad things happen in the game. So I think that's probably what people are going to gravitate towards, but I hope to God it doesn't win. Control, good game, but story. Death Stranding, pretty good. Disco Elysium? Outer Worlds, I haven't played that much, but so far the story's really intriguing so far. And the characters and side quests are pretty good. Out of all of these, probably Death Stranding, that's my favorite so far. I wouldn't mind if Outer Worlds or Disco Elysium won, but God, please don't vote for this one. Ongoing game, award to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that revolves around the player experience over time. Apex Legends, I can't give it to that since not much content's been released and it's a bit of infrequent content. There's too much of a gap. Destiny 2 doing pretty good so far. Final Fantasy, I've heard doing good. Fortnite, I guess. Tom Clancy, God, this is hard. I'm honestly gonna say Destiny 2 since they really did that game up from being like a 4 to I guess a 7 out of 10 now. It jumped up considerably in quality and in content, and the amount of things you can do, and the amount of things to see, and the amount of quality in the story and stuff with both Forsaken and Shadowkeep. So I'm probably going to give it to Destiny 2. Bungie really did a good job what they did. Performance. Ooh. Ah, dang it. God, I really need to go back and reread these performances. I can't do this based on memory alone. Shit. Ooh. God, this one is honestly hard. All of these people did pretty good. If I'm gonna name on the top of my head from the deepest memory would probably be I really liked Mads and Norman from Death Stranding since that's the game I'm playing right now. I wouldn't honestly mind any one of these people to win. They all deserve it, but probably Mads and then Norman, and then maybe Laura or Ashley Burke I think would be my picks. Role-playing game for the best game design with rich player character customization and progression, including Why is this in here? Why? Why do you need that in there? Why? This is not a role-playing. This is not an MMORPG. You're probably scratching your heads thinking, why would that be? RPGs are really different in both design and how they function compared to MMORPGs. You get a very different experience from RPGs to MMORPGs, so I don't know why they would group those two together. I guess not enough have been released. Disco Elysium, all cool games. I would not count these two games either. Outer Worlds, definitely. That's the game I've been playing the most. That's why I think it's the most 100% RPG out of all of these. This is the most undoubtedly RPG as you can come in this year so far, and it's a pretty good game so far. Vote. God, I'm really forgetting this. Score and music for outstanding music, inclusive of score, original song, or licensed soundtrack. Haven't played all of these great soundtracks just right here, right now. If you haven't listened to any of these scores right now, go listen to them right now. Phenomenal soundtracks. Even though I haven't played it, I listened to a little bit. It's great so far. Get that out. Kingdom Hearts 3, amazing soundtrack. Get that out of here. The reason I would pick both of these games is not only that, is that both, their scores, their original song compositions, and their licensed soundtracks that they use are amazing. They're very good selections, very well composed, probably the best out of all these, I would say. But not only that, in terms of their gameplay, they go well with the gameplay, they go well with the moment-to-moment basis, they go well within the game, and they go without well listening outside of the game. Just listening on their own, they're amazing. It's amazing music. I wouldn't vote for Devil May Cry 5 because when you're in combat, the music isn't really the main focal point. It doesn't stand out as much as it is in Death Stranding. From the moments that music does play, you are giving the music your full attention. It is more unique, it is more out there, it is more, but also keeping in line with the game's story themes and all that sort of stuff that it's providing to. So I would vote for Death Stranding. Really great soundtrack. Sports racing games, I've only played that. I don't know about you, I don't care for all of you. That's the only game I've played. Strategy game. Only game I've played. Heard good things about this. Don't know anything else. Yeah. Ooh. VR/AR games. Only played Beat Saber and Trevor Saves the Universe. Haven't played anything else. No Man's Sky looks interesting. Maybe these three, I don't fucking know. I'm gonna go with Beat Saber because Trevor Saves the Universe, it's a great game, very funny game. The thing about it is that it doesn't utilize the VR platform as good as it should. It feels like a game that should honestly just have been a regular game, not a VR game. It doesn't use the VR aspect that much. You just look around and that's it. It doesn't use any sort of mechanics like that, like Astrobot did. And that's it. But we still got one more category, one giant beast to go through, the one that everyone cares about. Game of the Year. Recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. Going through this list so far, I think Control, it's a good game, good mechanics, but I think for Game of the Year material, this should get taken out. And Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I like it, but I think it should get taken out. It doesn't really need that much of a Game of the Year. It's still following the same sort of formula mechanics that Super Smash Bros. 4 for Wii U follows. It's still a little bit the same thing, just with a bigger roster and a bit of different changes and stuff. It's still not that much of a change, and I wouldn't say it's that innovative. And I would honestly switch these out for Jedi Fallen Order and Metro Exodus, which would have been my Game of the Year, but, you know, we don't get all we want, but we have to deal with what we have right now. So these two obviously don't. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. I have a bit of issue with it, but it has amazing combat, a lot of good creative design, a lot of good art direction. But the thing about it is it still sticks true to the Dark Souls formula. It's still sticking to that formula. It's building upon that foundation and sort of going out in its own direction, but I still think it's a bit of there. And there's still issues I have with it. It's also can't be seen genuinely, so I would take that out. The Outer Worlds, I can't give a clear verdict on this since I haven't finished the Outer Worlds. I haven't finished it. I don't know too much about it, so take that out. Death Stranding and Resident Evil 2. Death Stranding, why I would think it should win Game of the Year, is both its direction, the story, characters, music, the setting, the animations and world details, the environments, the models. A lot of this is really amazing. It's technically, out of all this, it's technically the best game in terms of art and technical aspects. It's great. It's amazing. Resident Evil 2 I think should win because, you know, it looks amazing, but also feels amazing. It takes on, it revives sort of this old survival formula within this 3D perspective. It takes this old game and improves drastic improvements. It has a lot of great stuff. It's able to take this old game, remake it so much that I would consider it its own game whatsoever. I would consider Resident Evil 2 not a remaster, but a reimagining, a sort of soft reboot, because there's so much new ideas and the formula's been twisted so much that it stands on its own away from the original Resident Evil 2. So this is really hard between these. Death Stranding is a great game, but I'm gonna make my decision based on this and what I think best exemplifies the best out of the entirety of 2019. The best game that has the highest quality, highest production value, but also exemplifies innovation and change and the most best direction that we haven't seen in a while. So by that metric, Death Stranding gets my vote. I'm also going to tweet it because, you know, I want people to stick on me now. But Death Stranding, I think in terms of that definition, that metric, deserves Game of the Year. I wouldn't mind if Resident Evil 2, it's really amazing, well-crafted game. Outer Worlds so far, I would say, deserves it. These two games, not really that much. I would say Metro Exodus deserves it better. Jedi Fallen Order deserves it better, but out of all these games, Death Stranding would be my vote. That's my Game of the Year. Cry about it. Nah, I'm just joking. So that was the 2019 Game Awards, and that's what I think so far. That's what I think is going to win. That's what I think people are probably going to pick. Other kinds of stuff. If you have different opinions on what I choose, or you just want to say out what you think is going to win Game of the Year, let me know. And if you want to see more of this kind of, you know, reaction-based stuff that happens in the gaming industry, let me know, because I want to sort of dabble a little bit different types of content, and this is honestly kind of fun to do. just go viral, give my own opinions, and see what I think about games. Until next time, this is Grimberly, signing out.